Hello, I'm Antonio Mora. This is the News and News.com Day in Brief. Today's top stories in 4 minutes. It's Monday, October 15th at about 7 p.m. A late-breaking story. Paul Allen, the co-founder of Microsoft, has died. Allen was also the owner of the Seattle Seahawks and the Portland Trail Blazers. He was believed to be the 46th richest person in the world. He died of cancer at age 65. Saudi Arabia is reportedly ready to admit that Washington Post contributor Jamal Khashoggi was killed in the Saudi consulate in Istanbul during an interrogation that went wrong. The Saudis may be ready to admit the plan was to abduct the journalist and take him to Saudi Arabia. Of course, this is the closest thing to saving face for the Saudis. King Salman denies knowledge, and the Crown Prince might admit that he only knew of a kidnapping attempt. Even before reports of the Saudi explanation emerged, President Trump floated the idea of rogue killers and sent Secretary of State Pompeo to Saudi Arabia. The White House clearly wants to get out from under a diplomatic disaster involving an important ally. But it will be very hard for the Saudis to explain away the reports that they sent an assassination squad prepared to dismember Khashoggi's body with a bone saw. The problem for the U.S. is that if it looks the other way, what dictators will respect American demands that they respect human rights? Talking about dictators, North Korea has offered to dismantle all of its nuclear weapons if the U.S. takes corresponding measures and offers security guarantees. That's according to what South Korean President Moon Jae-in told French President Emmanuel Macron. Moon said Kim is committed to developing his country's economy and lobbied Macron to persuade the UN Security Council to withdraw sanctions. Given the North's history of ignoring its international agreements, it is hard to believe the West would act first before the North Koreans agree to a tight regimen of nuclear inspections. Trust but verify. The President and First Lady visited Florida and Georgia on Monday to see the damage caused by Hurricane Michael. Trump said it was hard to believe the extent of the devastation. The good news is that the number of missing in hard-hit Mexico Beach has dropped dramatically to just 3. The bad news is that tens of thousands are likely to remain without power for weeks. Hillary Clinton has a way of making news by putting her foot in her mouth. In an interview with CBS News, she said that her husband's affair with Monica Lewinsky was not an abuse of power and that Bill Clinton should absolutely not have resigned because of it. She then tried to change the topic to Trump, who's been accused of sexual assault by several women, seemingly turning a blind eye to the fact that her husband was too. Elizabeth Warren released a big campaign-style video that left little doubt she's running for president. But the big news that's grabbing all the headlines is that the senator took a DNA test. If you believe her spin on the results, she's been right to claim she has Native American ancestry. The problem is that in the initial report in the Boston Globe today, it said that Warren has strong evidence of Native American heritage. And the Globe got its numbers wrong. Best case scenario for Warren is that she's 1/64th Native American, about 1.5%. But it's possible she's only 1/1024th, which would make her less than 1/10 of 1%. According to 23andMe, I'm 1% Native American and almost 3% Sub-Saharan African. That would give me a much better claim to being Native American and African American than what Warren has. The Cherokee Nation responded saying Senator Warren is undermining tribal interest with her continued claims of tribal heritage. The truth is, this isn't a parlor game. There are consequences to claims of ethnicity. One man is fighting Washington state and the federal government for denying him a minority business owner designation for his insurance company. He's only 4% Sub-Saharan African and, like me, looks like a white guy. How do you define race? The case is now before the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals. Oh, and upon hearing the Warren story, Trump denied he'd ever offered to give a charity $1 million if Warren took a DNA test. Of course, there are tapes proving he did. In our alternate universes segment, the great divide between conservative and liberal media, as the Warren news broke this morning, Fox made fun of it. CNN anchors and commentators, on the other hand, looked like kids in a candy store because they saw it as a story that would make Trump look bad. They led shows with Warren as if it were the most important story of the day and emphasized the so-called strong evidence of her Native American heritage. They didn't do the math either. By the afternoon, even CNN didn't think this was all that good for Warren. We have all those stories and much more updated around the clock 7 days a week on newsandnews.com, where you will find all you need to know in one place. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking on the right of your screen just below this video. Please follow us on Facebook at Real News and News, and please follow me on Twitter at AmoraTV. I'll see you again tomorrow.